This is Tara Carr with Tara Talks for KDIV 98.7 FM. You guys, it is still Black History Month, so you know we're still highlighting our local Black-owned businesses. And so today, I'm joined by Tamara Green, creator of Yourmet, Gourmet Your Way.
Yes.
How are you doing today, Tamara?
I'm great. How are you?
Awesome.
Good.
So let's just hop right into it. Tell me your story. Tell me about Yourmet.
Oh, okay. So Yourmet was, I guess it officially jumped off February of 2012.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
So it started I started actually cooking for my pastor's family.
Okay.
And then I used to work at an elementary school. Mm-hmm. So one Thanksgiving, I decided to do like old-fashioned cakes that you couldn't find like in Rick's Bakery or any other bakery. So like German chocolate cake or a coconut cake or pineapple, and so that's kind of how it started. Mm-hmm. And so then my pastor, who is also a life coach, did her first Live Your Dreams type event here and wanted me to cater. And it was like 400 people. So that's kind of how it just kind of popped off.
Yeah.
Not really... It wasn't planned. Yeah. It just kind of was like, okay, this is what we're doing.
This.
Yeah, this is what we're doing.
Awesome. Right. And you kind of told us a little bit, but dig deeper. Yeah. What inspired you to start your own business, though? It's one thing to say, okay, I'll help you out with this one event or I'll cook for these kids, but what got it to where it is today?
I was good at what I was doing. Yeah. And so I loved at the end of an event to hear people say how good the food was, how amazing it was, how they wasn't expecting that at a wedding. They wasn't expecting food to be that flavorful. Yes. And so it was like, okay, I can do this. Yeah. So let's just do it. Yeah. So that was the inspiration behind it, really.
I love that. And I'll say I've had your food at events a couple times, and I'm like, oh, this is amazing. So I can attest to that personally.
Good deal.
But with having your own business, what challenges have you faced?
Really finding your own clientele. Yeah. So knowing who to do business with and who's going to appreciate what you do. Yeah. So that's any other thing. I don't really have a whole lot of challenges. It's just finding the right clientele. And what I mean by that is that you find people, they know you. Yeah. And so they know you do good work, but then they also don't really want to just give you what you're worth for the most part.
Speak.
And so it's like, for me, it's finding the right people who is willing to pay for me to understand that it's a convenience and that it's a time issue, that's my time that I'm not going to get back, and I'm conveniencing you to be able to make this great meal. So just finding people who appreciate what you do.
And it is a convenience, because when you're planning an event, the last thing I want to think about is the food.
Absolutely.
But when you know it's coming through and everything's going to be taken care of,
free,
that is a service. Right.
Absolutely. And that's what I live for you not to have to worry about anything.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, what advice would you have for someone who wants to start their own business and kind of, like you did, kind of stumble across this is something I love, but turn into a business?
I would probably say the main thing would be to count up the cost. So just know what you're getting into. Yeah. And know what you're dealing with. Know the people that you're going to be dealing with. I would say also have a circle of friends or a crew who you can bounce ideas off of. They can give you good feedback, bad feedback. Yeah. They can just kind of, be right there for you. Right. And just know that, after every catering gig, I go to a group of people or a few people and I just debrief and be like, okay, what was good? What was bad? What could I have done? What could I have done a better job with prep time? How could I have done this more efficient? So you just need a group of people who are going to be with you and be like, okay, that was a good idea. We probably need to do that next time. Right. So I would just say mainly count the cost. That's probably the number one thing.
That's a big one.
It's
that
counting
forget
up
about.
You just
get
forget about it.
You get excited.
And then you go on in with all this ambition and you be like, right. Yeah. And so counting up the cost is probably the main thing that I would probably say the number one.
That's good advice. Who's a Black History hero for you?
So I don't really... I have a lot, but I think when I think about it, I always go back to like the grandmothers
Yes.
and the aunts that kind of raised you and kind of reared you in the right direction.
Yes.
Like those are heroes to me.
Heroes.
Yeah, those are heroes to me. Like the people who literally understood that it took a village to raise a kid, or the grandmother that took in the other kid when she was already done raising her kids.
Exactly.
So those are heroes to me, and like what they said and the wisdom that they dropped off every now and again. Like when they tell you that a taught lesson is better than a bought lesson, or a bought lesson is better than a taught lesson. You don't really understand it until you get older, and you be like, oh, that's what they meant. That's what they meant. Yeah.
It sinks
so
in.
those are heroes for me.
Okay. And if you were to, you know, have a dinner, okay, maybe some chicken and waffles, or, you know, I love, you know, any of your favorite food. Who is a Black person either in history or alive today that you would invite to dinner, and why?
Okay. So I would definitely invite Michelle Obama.
Got to.
You got to. It's like, you know, you can't go to dinner without wanting Michelle Obama there.
Exactly.
And probably Maya Angelou.
Okay.
Like,
that's a good one. Oh, yes.
I mean, why? Just to pick their brains, just to figure out the wisdom that they got, just the knowledge that they want to tell you, or just to literally just be a quiet person in the room and to hear conversation.
Yeah.
I would just absolutely love it. Like, I wouldn't even have to ask a question. I would just listen.
There you go. That's good. That's awesome. What's a quote or a motto that you tend to live by?
Okay. So, the one that I have lived by for the last probably 2 years is, you don't need easy, you just need possible.
Ooh.
So I was in New Orleans a few years ago. Yeah, and my pastor she did like this Facebook Live video.
Yeah.
And so she said it, and I was like, whoa, okay. So for me, I was trying to use it for like a long distance relationship.
Come on.
But it ended up turning into something like it enabled me to go back to school and finish my degree. You know what I mean?
It can apply to so many different areas.
I ended up using it for everything, and it was like, okay, I don't need it to be easy. I just need it to be possible.
That's awesome.
So is it possible? Yes. Then okay, we can figure out the rest.
There you go.
So that's the one thing I love.
I love that. And where can our listeners or viewers, those on YouTube, where can they find Yourmet?
So you can find Yourmet now on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Or you can email me at tgreen or yourmetnow at gmail.com.
Okay. Awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No. Wakanda forever.
Yes, Wakanda forever. I love it. I love it. Well, we just want to acknowledge the great work that you're doing in the Northwest Arkansas community. We see you and we acknowledge you. Happy Black History Month to you. You are a Black History hero for us. So more information is available at facebook.com or Instagram. Just search Yourmet Now. This is Tara Carr for Tara Talks with KDIV 98.7 FM, the voice of the city, the voice of diversity.